and welcome back to SpaceOil guitars and my GGBO22 build. So yesterday I managed to get the body and the neck together. The neck pocket was a bit rough and required some work. That was mainly because I routed it flat, but the neck itself is rounded, so I had to do some chiseling to get that. But now it looks pretty neat, if you can see that. So as I said, I'm using these threaded inserts and these screws to connect the neck, and that's mainly because I don't want to over tighten the screws and tear out wood if I'm using a normal wood screw. So today I'll be routing the holes for the inserts. I have these threaded these inserts for the screws to rest in, so that I don't expand and tear the wood. And what I've done in the past, which I will do on this as well, is I'm not going to just use a 16mm drill, because I found that the hole isn't so nice when you do that. It takes a lot of work to get the hole nice. So what I'm going to do is, that neck pocket is pretty tight. So what I'm going to do is to drill using one of these drills. Drill a hole in one of the particle boards I use that I make templates from, overlay that, and then use a router to make the hole nice. After that's done, then it's routing the pickup cavities and the control cavity. And then I can start contouring the body. As I said, from here, from the bottom from the waist until the center line would be a 45-degree bevel, and I'm thinking maybe a 45-degree bevel here as well, but just not as deep as this. And then I'll do a deeper 45-degree here, and then also 45-degree all the way around. But before that, I have some sanding to do. Right here, this isn't completely smooth. There's a bump here, and if I use a router on this bump, the contour will follow this bump. So I'm going to take that off first. I'm going to use a combination of scraper and probably the spindle sander. I'm not going to film that. That'll just be boring to watch. But the neck cavity, the pickup cavity and the control cavity will be drilled. I'm going to drill these as deep as I dare, but omitting the leg part for, I'm going to have to measure that out actually. Because the pickup will be coming up from the back side of the guitar, so to have somewhere to mount it, I need to omit the leg part for the deepest set. So I'll have to go I'm gonna go 20 millimeters less for the legs. So that means in total a full body cavity for, I'm gonna go 2 mil, is that enough? I think I have to do it as thin as possible, yeah? So it's 45 exactly now. So I'm gonna go the full for 25 millimeters down, and then I'm really anxious about going really deep with these, but I do want the output to stay there. Could you imagine this? I think in white, maybe as a color. Just white. There's no pickups to be seen or anything. It's just pure white. And the controls, obviously. But I'll have to be really careful with that. Because I don't want to route through. If I do route through, I can always inlay some wood and then make it flush, since this is going to be painted anyway. I'm not sure about the back yet. Maybe natural. I think white and this darker wood would make a nice contrast. And if you see it from the back, the color with the maple, it's pretty nice. So I'm thinking white front, and yeah, it would be super clean. A bridge, chrome teleknobs, just a 3-way pickup selector, and obviously I'm going to cut this horn off. So that'll be the next plan for what I do. I'm seeing on the website there's some cool projects going on. There's one guitar that's just oak, and I can't wait to see that. I think oak is a beautiful wood, and it sort of looked distressed, the wood he had as well. I can't wait to see that. There's also, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, so I can't remember any of these. There's this one guy who has all this wood. He was making a guitar for a doctor friend of his, but he didn't want to wait until October to deliver that guitar, so he's going to build a new project. And he's got all these top sets with this incredible figuring. I can't wait to see that. Obviously I'm not doing that. My guitars are not like furniture guitars, they're more like meant to be played. You can lay this down on stage without, you know, worrying too much about it. I will be laminating the sides because this will be a very crisp edge, and I don't want that to be damaged. It's also be a white binding, so but other than that, it's just a plain yeah, wood guitar. So yeah, but I can't wait to see those nicer builds. I wish I had access to those kinds of woods. I don't. If I do buy wood from overseas, the shipping alone would make it not bearable for me. So I tend to use just plain bodies, or make the wood myself. This is some maple timber that I bought from a local dealer. He just laughed when I asked for maple because he thought I was sort of building a garage or a house or something. But it's been keeping me. I've had it since 2009, 2010, 2009. So I bought that. 8 meters of this and 6 meters of walnut, which was even in a bigger dimension. And I still have bits and pieces of that lying around that I use. But for this, I wanted a solid one piece, and this is a beautiful wood. So that'll be my next step. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching so far. All right, so I got everything routed. The unfortunately the router tipped in an unfortunate way, so I have a little bit of thing to fix here. I might be able to fill that in. Also, the ball bearings As you probably saw, I used this particle board. This well, it's veneer, but it's like sort of treated. It's used for bathrooms, and the top layer is very, very hard, and it got between the ball bearings of this router bit, so the bit sort of ate in a little bit on this side. I'll also be routing a cover for these, so it won't be visible on the finished guitar, but it's annoying anyway. Also, as you may have noticed, the ball bearing, the radius of the drill bit is larger than the radius of the humbucker frame base plate, so that's why I had to sort of file the edges a bit. I haven't tested this with pickups yet, but I know from experience that the template isn't tight enough. The corners aren't tight enough for the pickups I use. So I don't know if you understood what I meant, but the legs, since the pickups are going in this way and won't be visible from the other side, the legs have to stop before the bottom of the cavity. So that's why these tops are shallower than the template total. So next step, it will be to get the jack hole drilled. That'll be here, and I've decided not to angle it, because if I don't angle it, then it's possible to use with an angled jack as well. So this will basically be almost like a Telecaster sort of insert. I'm going to drill that now, and then I'm just going to go get my measuring. So since I don't have a reamer of quality, what I like to do is to go the finished bit. So let's see, that's 11.93, so I'm going to go up to 12. But what I like to do is to use a router bit mounted on the drill. The edges become very nice, and I believe it's this one. This is the same that I use for binding. So it has the ball bearing, but it's smaller, so that I'm able to route the binding. So I'm gonna just grab some drill bits. I'm gonna start small, of course, and then let me see if I can angle this camera better. Is that better? Yeah, it's a little bit better. Sorry about all the stuff laying around. This is our garage after all, so we keep a lot of stuff in here. Oh. as I said, we do keep a lot of stuff in here, like bikes and skis and all that fun stuff. So it makes for a busy shop, or untidy at least. So this was 9.5. So I'm gonna go to, I think, 11 before doing the drill bit. Oh, sorry, the router bits. 10.5, 11. 10.5 and 11, and then I'm gonna use the router. And this is the 11. Now I'm going to measure this bit just to make sure that this is the one. That is 12.3 at its thickest, so should be fine. And there's a beautiful hole. I don't know why. I don't know why this is, but it seems like the router bits are compressing the wood rather than just tearing it out. So it leaves for a very nice hole. Now there is sort of like a catch lip to this. That is 16. So I think I'm going to use the same template as before, and just go ever so slightly in, because now it's flush on this side, but there's a gap here because of the curve. Alright, so that would turn out to be rather tricky. But I'm going to use this. It has a 12mm ball bearing, so it sits in there pretty tight. I mean, the hole is 12.3, so I'm going to try. This may fail horribly because I haven't tried like this before. I'm just going to clamp the body down. And we'll start in the opposite direction. That actually worked out beautifully. That worked out way better than I had hoped. So I'm going to check this again. Get the jack socket. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. That's the discovery of the day. Extremely happy with that result. I could have failed miserably, but it didn't. So good to go. A little bit of sanding, but that goes for everything. Pretty happy. So if you've watched this video and my other videos, I just want to thank you. Building a guitar is a great hobby. You can see my air filter. And I'm glad that Ben and the guys at over at Crimson decided that this was a good idea. It's a great initiative, and hopefully it'll catch on so that more and more professional builders, I'd like to see more professional builders on there, but if they are professional, probably they don't have time for competitions and stuff. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you've watched my other videos, thank you very much. If you haven't, go check them out. Don't be afraid to leave comments. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.